This looks like a normal medicine bottle, right? Many of my patients come into the office expecting to leave with a prescription for expensive alpha blocker drugs and are shocked when I tell them that one of the most powerful remedies for their prostate can be found in the snack aisle of the supermarket, not the pharmacy. But hold on. I'm not telling you to randomly munch on pumpkin seeds while watching the game. There's a precise medical protocol. If you treat this seed like a snack, it's just food. If you use it as I'm about to explain, it becomes medicine. I'm Dr. Melissa Russo, a surgeon specializing in urology. In 15 years of clinical experience, I've heard thousands of stories that all start the same way. Maybe you recognize yourself in this situation. You're over 60, and nighttime has become a nightmare. You wake up once, twice, 3 times. Your urinary stream is weak, hesitant. You have that unpleasant feeling of never having fully emptied your bladder. And then there's the fear. The fear that this small gland, the prostate, is growing uncontrollably, leading you towards medications with heavy side effects on your sex life, or worse, towards the operating room. Today, I want to give you some good news. Sometimes the most sophisticated solution doesn't come out of a chemical lab, but from the earth. But there's a huge but. 90% of men who try natural remedies fail. And do you know why? Because they use the wrong method. They eat the wrong seeds in the wrong quantities, or paired with the wrong foods that cancel out their effect. In this video, I'm going to do what few doctors do. I'm going to prescribe a food with the same precision with which I prescribe a drug. I'll explain the exact biochemistry of how pumpkin seeds act on the hormone that enlarges your prostate, and I'll give you my green protocol, doses, times, and the exact type to get back to sleeping soundly. Get comfortable because we're about to turn your grocery shopping into your most powerful weapon against benign prostatic hyperplasia. Before I tell you about the solution, you need to understand who the enemy is. Why does your prostate get bigger? Imagine the prostate as a small orange located just below your bladder. A tube, the urethra, passes through the center of this orange, carrying urine out. When you're young, the orange is small and the tube is clear, but with age, a hormonal change occurs. Your testosterone, the quintessential male hormone, begins to transform into a much more powerful and aggressive version called DHT, dihydrotestosterone. Think of DHT as a super concentrated fertilizer. When it accumulates in the prostate, it tells the cells to multiply. The orange grows, swells, and squeezes the tube in the center. That's why you have trouble peeing. It's like someone is stepping on the garden hose while you're watering the lawn. The classic drugs we prescribe, like finasteride, are designed to block this transformation. Do they work? Yes. But they often come with a price: decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, sometimes depression. And this is where our little green seeds come in. Nature, millions of years ago, created a plant-based drug capable of doing similar work but without dampening your virility. Not all seeds are created equal. If you microscopically analyze a high-quality pumpkin seed, you'll find 3 secret weapons that seem specifically designed for men over 60. Zinc, the prostate's guardian. Did you know that the prostate contains the highest concentration of zinc of any organ in the human body? It's crucial for the health of prostate cells. Several studies have shown that in men with prostatic hyperplasia or cancer, zinc levels are drastically reduced. Pumpkin seeds are one of the world's richest natural sources of zinc. Replenishing the prostate with zinc is like putting engine oil back into a car that's seizing up. Phytosterols, the natural block. This is where the magic happens. Pumpkin seeds are rich in delta-7 sterols. These molecules have a similar structure to cholesterol and compete with DHT for receptors in the prostate. In layman's terms, they occupy the parking spot intended for the hormone that makes the prostate grow, preventing it from acting. They help reduce inflammation and relax pelvic muscles. Essential fatty acids and antioxidants. We're talking about omega-3s and carotenoids. Chronic inflammation is one of the silent causes of hyperplasia. These good fats act like a balm, reducing tissue inflammation and facilitating urinary flow. So we have the theory: the seeds work. But then why is Mr. Johnson, who eats pumpkin seeds in front of the TV every night, still getting up 4 times a night? Because Mr. Johnson is making the fatal mistake. I want you to mentally go to the supermarket or a convenience store. Do you see those bags of white pumpkin seeds? The ones with the shell covered in white salt, roasted at high temperatures? Well, those are poison for your prostate. Let me explain why. Salt. Excess sodium is an enemy of the kidneys and raises blood pressure. Hypertension is closely related to urinary problems. If you eat salted seeds, you're inflaming your body, not healing it. Roasting. The good fats and vitamins I mentioned are heat sensitive. This means excessive heat destroys them. If the seeds have been roasted at 400 degrees to make them crunchy, you've killed most of their medicinal properties. You're eating empty calories. The shell. The white outer part is difficult to digest and doesn't contain the concentrated active ingredients found in the green heart of the seed. So, rule number 1, if you want to heal, you need to stop buying convenience store snacks. You need to look for the raw ingredient. Now grab a pen and paper. This is the protocol I recommend to my patients as support for therapy or as active prevention. It's not generic advice, it's a lifestyle prescription. Step 1, selection. What to buy. You need to look for shelled pumpkin seeds, so they should be green, not white, raw and unsalted. You often find them in the organic section or at health food stores. If the package says roasted and salted, put them back on the shelf. You're looking for medicine, not an appetizer. Pro tip: the absolute best are those of the Styrian variety from Styria, Austria, known for having a higher than average oil and antioxidant content, but classic organic green seeds are also fine. Step 2, the mathematical dose. How many? This is where people mess up. Eating 3 or 4 is useless. Eating an entire bag will give you intestinal problems and too many calories. The therapeutic dose indicated by studies varies, but from clinical experience, the sweet spot is 30 grams per day. What does 30 grams correspond to? You don't need a scale every time. It's about 2 heaping tablespoons. This amount guarantees a sufficient intake of phytosterols to start seeing effects on urinary flow after a few weeks. Step 3, method of intake. How and when? Don't eat them all at once and don't swallow them whole. The seed coating can be tough. To release the essential oils, you need to chew them very well until they become a paste in your mouth. Even better, grind them. Here's my secret trick. Take your 30 grams in the morning, grind them in a coffee grinder until you get a green powder. This magic powder is much more digestible and absorbable by your body. When to take them? Avoid eating them right before bed if you drink water with them so as not to fill your bladder. The ideal is to divide them. 1 tablespoon at lunch, 1 tablespoon at dinner. Incorporating them into a meal helps with the absorption of fat-soluble fats. Want to double the effectiveness? In the analysis PDF I use to study cases, there's a pattern called the mathematical formula. A plus B equals explosive result. Pumpkin seeds alone are great, but if you combine them with another prostate superfood, you create an incredible synergy. I'm talking about lycopene, found in cooked tomatoes. Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant specifically for prostatic tissue. But beware, lycopene is only activated by cooking and only absorbed with fats. Pumpkin seeds are good fats. So here's the urologist's recipe. Prepare a simple tomato sauce, cooked for at least 15 minutes. After cooking, with the heat off, sprinkle your tablespoon of ground pumpkin seeds on top. You're combining zinc plus phytosterols plus activated lycopene. This is a health bomb for your prostate gland. No drug on the market offers you this combination of nutrients. I want to be honest with you, as I am with the patients who sit across from my desk. This isn't Viagra. You don't take a tablespoon of seeds and 20 minutes later, the problem is gone. Nature works on biology's timeline, not synthetic chemistries. Weeks 1 to 2, you probably won't notice big differences. Your body is accumulating nutrients. Weeks 3 to 4, you might start to notice that your urinary stream is slightly stronger. Maybe that sudden urgency feeling is calming down. Weeks 6 to 8. This is where the real change happens. Many patients tell me they woke up in the morning realizing they had slept 5 or 6 hours straight without getting up. And believe me, when you haven't slept well for years, that first night of uninterrupted sleep feels like being reborn. Important? Pumpkin seeds are caloric. 30 grams are about 160 to 170 calories. If you're on a diet, you need to subtract these calories from something else. Maybe skip that piece of bread or that dessert after dinner. Don't just add food on top of food. Before I leave you, I must give you a fundamental recommendation. I am a doctor, and your health is the priority. Pumpkin seeds are fantastic for mild to moderate benign prostatic hyperplasia. They are excellent for prevention. They are perfect for accompanying therapy. But if you have blood in your urine, if you have severe pelvic pain, if your PSA is rising rapidly, or if you have a total urinary blockage, you simply can't pee, turn off YouTube and go to the doctor. Natural remedies do not replace a diagnosis. Pumpkin seeds do not cure prostate cancer, although they can help in prevention. Use them intelligently. Always talk to your urologist, especially if you are already taking anticoagulant medications. So, are you ready to try? I want to challenge you to 30 days. For the next month, replace those cookies or salty snacks with 30 grams of green, raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. Follow the protocol, grind them or chew them well, divide them between lunch and dinner, and then come back here. I want you to come back under this video in a month and write in the comments how your sleep quality has changed. Real testimonials are what helps this community grow the most. Remember, your sexual and urological health has no expiration date. It's never too late to start taking care of it. That's all from Dr. Russo. See you in the next video.